First things first, let's start with being honest. I messed up.
What did you do?
What did you do?
On the Ardbeg Uigeadail review from a few weeks back, I stated that both the Ardbeg Uigeadail and the Ardbeg 10 had colour added, which I was quickly and rightly so corrected on. So I'm going to correct myself as I re-enter the fiercest whiskey cult with the cheapest bottle in their range. It's time to unleash the beast and bash out a review for the Ardbeg 5-year-old Wee Beastie.
I need you to unleash the beast.
Welcome back to Jeff Whiskey. I'm Jeff, this is Whiskey, let's crack on.
Jeff Whiskey.
I recently gave this bottle a little bit of praise and pulled this as my barbecue with friends bottle from the silly 5 summer whiskey challenge that someone created.
It was me!
This is one of the bottles I reach for most when I want that peat fix, partially due to the price but mainly because it's such a good whiskey. With the Ardbeg 10 being possibly the most recognisable bottle and in a sea of non-age statement releases, it's great to see that Ardbeg had the plums to put out a young age statement for this bottle.
Really?
Now I know I'm late to all the hype around this bottle and great to see that there's also a good chunk of praise around the 8-year-old committee release. But I think this bottle really has been helping with that discussion that does age matter when buying whiskey anymore? I'd love to hear your onions on this below on like younger age statement whiskey or is older better?
I'm not getting older, I'm getting better.
Either way, let's talk about the experience. It's brilliant seeing this age statement on the bottle as it really does help straight off the bat to provide the story of the whiskey inside. If they kept it like a non-age statement, it would have given them a lot more flexibility in producing this bottle batch to batch, so props to them.
Job well done, buddy.
The use of red is brilliant, it's like giving off the illusion of danger, warnings, and they managed to pick a shade which avoids the whole Christmas vibes when paired with green glass.
It's like Christmas in July.
Did I say vibes? I'm not a huge fan of the red scratches on the front of the label as it makes it feel a little less balanced and cheaper because of it. But saying that, it does slot in perfectly on the back label. The classic monster font they use on their marketing is brilliant and I assume they didn't use that on the bottle for readability.
Beware, there's something big and smoky out there.
There is also at least 4 different fonts on the front label alone already, so I guess 5's a bit too much. I think I slightly slagged off some of the other Ardbeg marketing videos, but the Wee Beastie one is pretty brilliant and it ties in with that whole monster movie vibe. Just said vibe again.
How can I describe the kind of vibe we give off?
So ignoring Jeff from the past, it is natural colour, it's also non-chill filtered which it states on the label, so it's all naturally presented which us purists like to see.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Yeah, I still can't bring myself to give it a full 6 Jeffs. Visually it's super cool, it's got a great cork, great marketing, it's a nice label, I don't know. Of course, I gotta see how well this beastie slaps. No.
I don't know what you think you're doing, Jeff Whiskey. Slapping whiskey bottles? That's serious work. You could hurt your heart because you're beating up on this poor defenseless whiskey. You could hurt your hand on the cold glass bottle. This is not responsible behavior, Jeff Whiskey.
For me, it just doesn't quite hit perfection, but still, getting a hearty 5 out of 6 Jeffs on the experience. Time to get to the liquid inside, let's give it a pour and give it a whiff. Also, the cork on this is always brilliant. Could have picked a cleaner glass. Right, let's start off with, it ain't a beast. The peat is there, but it doesn't smack you in the face as the name would lead you to believe. It becomes like very pebbly, coastally, sailenty, slightly salty. Aren't these all the same things?
Maybe I'm not good with words.
You know you get those peppers. the pepper like sachets you get in like McDonald's and that, and it's like one of those has been washed up from a pirate boat fire. There's this like light woody note, pencil shavings, maybe like sandalwood, because it is a bit perfumey. It is starting to get slightly lemony, which lemon and sulfur, personally, they're my like least favorite notes to get.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
I will say this one doesn't go too deep into that lemon bleach, but maybe like that little yellow juice plastic lemon you get that you can drizzle over pancakes. At first I thought it had a bit more punch in it, but maybe like the peat reek is lowered down, or like peat blindness has just hit me really quickly. But it's very creamy, almost like bourbon cask like. I'm getting like a minty tea note at the end as well. I do like how it's gone on a bit of a journey.
No, the journey doesn't end here.
Maybe it could do with being ramped up more. It's a really solid nose, but it's not mind-blowing. So I think it's going to get a pretty solid 4 out of 6 Jeffs. Either way, no more time to waste. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. Like apples and ginger just like very quickly get engulfed by like a smoky circle around the cheeks. God, that was pompous.
The preposterous, pompous, wiggy little Burke that he is.
It feels somewhat refreshing. Like, you know when you have a chilled water on a hot day? It's both like minty, lemony, limey, like those Tic Tac sweets. It has like a decent thickness and like a bit of alcohol punch, but could easily mistake the 47.4% for something a lot lower.
You think you're tough, boy, don't you?
I'm getting like pine trees. This is like that Smoky McMira release. Can't remember what it is though. Svince Rook or something? Or Brook something?
It's all in like Swedish or something.
I should really do more research to these videos.
What's your style doing?
It somehow gets like more peppery and fruity as it goes on. I think the smoke is still there, but after that first punch it takes like a back seat and the orchard flavours kind of like come forward. It really leaves like a menthol finish at the end. You know when you like breathe in and it feels like cold air?
The minty kind. Minty freshness.
Like it's really nice whiskey, but it certainly ain't a beast. Yeah, maybe we should just like focus on the wee part more than the beastie part.
You're leading the wee beastie astray.
Like overall on taste, it is good. Again, it's got like a nice journey how it progresses. It's not a beast, but there is peat there. Surprisingly quite friendly. Almost not Ardbeggy. It doesn't seem to have that thick, dark depth to it. But it is a solid taste, and I think it's going to get a really rounded 4 out of 6 Jeffs. So it's now time to talk money. What do I think the value of this bottle is? So in my notes, it claims that I paid a real bargain of £29.75 for it.
Well, figures are very precise.
Now that was down to some real intense bargain hunting, and I was holding out for this bottle probably for about 6 months.
It was worth the wait.
I know in the UK, Tesco supermarket, it drops to about £34, which possibly makes it one of the best supermarket whiskies they have on the shelf. Most places online have it for about 37 quid, which is pretty good. Actually, I'd say it's very good for what you're getting.
Very good. Very good indeed.
I know there are some people in the whiskey world who would still see it as, oh, what a young whiskey, I'm not buying that, which is fair enough. And it also becomes a little harder to argue when the 10 goes on offer for just a few quid more.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
However, I think overall the value for this liquid is going to be a pretty strong 5 out of 6 Jeffs. Now I wish I scribbled down what I gave the Uigeadail for a total score, as I thought this would possibly beat it. I could check in editing, or when you're watching this video you could just hop back to the last 2 minutes of the last review and find out. Man, I'm lazy. But either way, the Ardbeg Wee Beastie 5-year-old Islay single malt Scotch is coming in at a very impressive 18 out of 24 Jeffs. So that's my thoughts on this whiskey, and if you haven't now rushed to the next video or like close the tab down, I hope you've enjoyed the video that's been put together. Now for a shameless plug. I've got membership set up on my channel.
You a sellout, man.
I made it the cheapest that YouTube would let me at 99p, as I'm not in it for the money. These shirts are surprisingly cheap. It's got custom emojis, like different shirt styles which change long you stay a member. I don't expect anyone will want to part with their money, and if you want to support my professional whiskey dreams, sharing, liking and commenting really helps me out. But that is enough of that cringy YouTuber stuff. All that's left to say is all the best and cheers to the next one.